Hey, what's up guys? It's Done Nintendo Explorer back with another video, and today I want to go over some of the things I liked from that Nintendo Direct. Usually I do like a sort of like a countdown thing where I do a top 5, but I don't know how many I'm going to end up with, and I don't want to limit it to just 5. So it's just going to be me speaking about some of the things I like. No countdown, no numbers, no anything. I want to hurry up and push this video out. I've been super busy, so there's a little bit of a delay, but I'm trying to hurry up and push this puppy out because I have not been able to go on Twitter or YouTube or anything to really see other people's reactions. And the reason is that I want to go into this video completely unbiased, and I don't want to have any other influences on what my opinions would be. So we're going to do this, hurry up and push it out so I can go online and maybe laugh a little bit because I have a strong feeling a lot of people are going to be unhappy from this presentation. And if you go back to my predictions video, people were going to be unhappy no matter what Nintendo did. And 50-minute direct, personally I enjoyed it. Would I have liked more stuff? Of course I would have liked more stuff. I would sit here and be lying to you if I said, nah, it was amazing, loved it. But with that said, there was plenty to like about it. I wouldn't, if you said you didn't love it, but it was okay or you liked it, I wouldn't argue with you. I can see that point. But if you came out there completely hating everything about this direct, I really don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe you need to just relax, go for a walk, come back and look at it again. Because there were definitely some things to really like about this direct. And we'll start talking about some of those now. And I guess one of the first ones I want to bring up, the Famicom Detective Club. So if you don't really know about Famicom Detective Club, I know very little about it. I actually, prior to this I was about to say E3, prior to this direct, I actually had seen something about the Detective Club. I think I may have been looking up some of Nintendo's past history for some of my Instagram posts or something, and I was reading up a little bit. Famicom Detective Club was only released in Japan very early in Nintendo's history, and then it kind of just like went away, never got localized anywhere else, and then just faded into the background, right? And I'm actually pretty excited about that for a couple of reasons, and it's not necessarily the game itself, but hopefully they play well and are interesting stories and everything looks great. But the big reason for that I'm actually excited about this is, and you know what, well, I'll bring up the second thing I really liked. Miitopia. Miitopia came back. I hope a lot of people are excited about that. A lot of people were excited about it when it was on the 3DS. I actually went back. I never got it for the 3DS when it released, but I went back, a few months ago to try to purchase it and get into it recently, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. And the game is pretty pricey now. It's a little bit harder to find. It's still a little pricey. A lot of people are still getting into it. But back when the game did release, that and Tamagotchi Life, those games actually sold really well, and they had some hype for them when they released initially on the 3DS. And bringing me back to my point, the reason why I'm excited for Miitopia and for the Famicom Detective Club is because I feel like it looks like Nintendo is reaching in and pulling out some of their, I don't want to say unpopular, but some of their unknown or underrated franchises or IPs, and are bringing them back into the fold. And that makes me excited because if they're willing to go out there and bring in the Famicom Detective Club and redo Miitopia, maybe there's a chance that they'll redo Tamagotchi Life. And then once you start going down that road, maybe we'll finally see that new Mii Sports Resort. Or maybe we'll finally get some F-Zero. Maybe this is the path Nintendo's finally going, where they're going to start reaching in and start bringing back some of the other lesser known or lost IPs or whatever you want to call it. So hopefully the games play well. Hopefully they look great. But I'm gonna get them, but I'm actually not excited for the game specifically. I'm excited for what they could mean going forward. So the other thing, let's see, Mario Golf. So Mario Golf, I don't know. It looks fantastic, actually. It looks like they, after maybe dropping the ball with some of the recent tennis games and some of the recent sports games, it looks like they have finally put the correct work into it and are going to make an actual legitimate Mario sports game. The modes in this Mario Golf look amazing. The game looks great. They kind of have a speed mode. It's called Mario Golf Run or something. Speed mode. They have a story. There's a story mode where you can use your Miis and kind of work up the ranks. I mean, it has everything that the old original golf and tennis games on the Game Boys had, and everyone's been clamoring for that stuff to come back. It all looks great. It looks like they could finally be doing a Mario sports game the right way, and again, hopefully that bodes well for their future sports games. All right, next we have the Ninja Gaiden collection. That looks pretty fun. It's always been a great series, a great IP. Hopefully it continues to deliver. Another big one, Skyward Sword HD. So they're remaking Skyward Sword for the Switch. And the reason why I was enjoying looking at that is, again, you go back to my 2021 predictions. That was in there. I'm probably going to get it, but I'm not like super excited about it. I can go either way on that. But the thing that did get me excited during the reveal was those Joy-Cons. So they have new Skyward Sword inspired Joy-Cons coming out. Those things look amazing. I'm probably going to get those as soon as they come out. The Monster Hunter Special Edition Switch and a Pro Controller are coming to North America. Probably not going to get that just because I don't like download codes with the special systems. It'd be great if the special systems actually came with the game in physical form, but I don't really want to download the games. I prefer to buy it, so not interested in that. But the Pro Controller looks sweet, so I'm probably going to look into that, the Monster Hunter Pro Controller. Let's see what else. Some DLC for, of course, they announced the new Smash Fighter, and I know 90% of the people are probably going to be sitting there crying because it's another sword fighter, or because it's not Crash or Sora or some other weird third-party character that has no relation to Nintendo that everybody wants for some reason. I'm actually okay with Nintendo putting more Nintendo characters in their own game, right? Like, how dare Nintendo add more Nintendo characters to this Nintendo franchise? You know what I mean? Like, makes no sense. All right, they had Animal Crossing DLC, which we knew coming in they were going to have. I think they had announced a while back that they were going to do some stuff Mario related for Animal Crossing DLC, so we knew that was coming. It actually looked much better than I had anticipated. So the Animal Crossing Mario crossover DLC actually looks really great. Fall Guys is also coming to the Switch. I have not played that yet, and I may check that out. And Nintendo wrapped it up with Splatoon 3. That was, I guess, their major announcement, Splatoon 3. Obviously, there was a ton of stuff announced that I didn't go over. I just went over the highlights that I actually enjoyed watching. I mean, there was tons of games. I'm sure there were games that other people really enjoyed. Oh, and we had the tactical, I guess, Project Tactical RPG. That's coming. At first, I thought it was a Fire Emblem game. It looked a little bit like Fire Emblem, but I guess this is from the people that did the Project Octopath Traveler. It looks like they're going along the same route with that. They have the name Project, a tentative title, sort of how they first unveiled Octopath Traveler. They're going to have some demos that you can play, and they'll get some feedback to correct, or well, I don't want to say correct, but to take into consideration to make improvements for the future release of the game. So they're doing some of that. And yeah, back to the Splatoon 3. Big reveal, Splatoon 3. Well, Splatoon itself has turned into a major franchise for Nintendo. It won't be coming out anytime soon. I guess it's coming out next year, 2022. They didn't give a specific window, but 2022, which means we have a long time for lots of build-up. Everyone always gets super hyped. Nintendo really uses the time to build up on the lore of the series. So we're going to have plenty of time to build up on the lore, plenty of time for hype for Splatoon 3. I was pretty surprised that they announced a new Splatoon already. But yeah, there was plenty to like. A little bit underwhelming, of course. There was no Metroid, no mention of anything Metroid related. They actually came on to say Breath of the Wild is still progressing, but nothing to show. But for the most part, this was only for the first half of the year. Still pretty sure, or I'm still feeling confident that at some point during the, I guess, E3 presentation that we may or may not have, that Nintendo will be able to show off some Breath of the Wild 2. I'm still confident that it releases for the holiday. I'm pretty sure we'll see some Bayonetta stuff and some other things. I think Nintendo was just holding back on a few items and they just wanted to put out what they had for now. Like I said, if you hated this direct, maybe take a walk, do some jumping jacks, use the jump rope game on the Switch, do some jump rope, and then go back and watch it again with a clear head, because there was some things that everyone had to like. Everyone didn't. There was no reason to love everything about this direct, but there was a reason to love something in this direct. Alright guys, until next time, stay safe, keep exploring, we'll be back soon.